still, this is my warm-up lap still.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm with
still.
you.
So I have to get through this next section, this little town section here now at Union Mills. I just get through here, and once I'm through here, that's when I know that that's my warm-up lap effectively. So we're running up through here, up through this is beautiful. I love this little bit because it's like really gets your juices going. You're like, hell yeah, we're starting to get to top speed now. So we're back now. Just clicking 6th gear, we go through this fast left-hand bend here at Snugba. This is called Snugba Jump. Look at it, it's beautiful. It's uphill, it's cambered. You can really run it into here. Oh yeah. Underneath here, my knee and shoulder are just underneath that little wall just there. I get the bike up right at this point because it's going to wheelie a little bit just to come over this crest. It wheelies, it lands, and I'm looking for my breaker marker, okay, which is that, see on the right hand side there's a little white line,
right,
just the end of where that white van is now, right. That's where I have to shut the throttle. If I shut it later than that, I know I'm going in too fast, so I have to shut it before that. I'm right on the right hand side of the road. I come from 6th back down to 5th gear, boom, and I'm just waiting. I use my parachute again, and then I come back on the throttle now just to drive it under the hedge. I'm literally, my head is literally under that hedge, and then I'm off it. I'm braking. I'm out to the white line. I have to pull the bike back to the left, back to the left, back to the left, back to the left, down one more gear. I'm off the brakes, and I'm back on the throttle again. Back to 4th gear, driving it on. But there's 2 traps here, gents, okay? As I come back on the throttle, as I'm changing direction again here, you'll feel a bump just there.
Right,
feel that?
Right.
That sets him up off the seat, and then this bump just there. And then the whole bike slides then out to that pavement, back underneath the wall here, and then back to where that motorcycle is now on the right hand side of the road. But you see in the dark and the shadows under the trees, right. The pavement sticks out. Right. I've got to watch for that because it's very easy to clip that curb because the whole bike just drifts out. So I'm driving out there, 4th gear, back to 5th gear on the exit, and then back to 6th gear. So what I'm doing now is, this is where my race starts. Okay, so I know that I've been through that little tricky section. I'm 3 miles, that's my little warm-up lap. My brain's up to speed as well, because it's not even the bike that needs to warm up, my brain needs to warm up, because it's been dormant for 24 hours,
right,
not at racing speed. So I need that time for just to go, right fella, we're back to action now, we're going back to war, you know what I mean? We need to get back on it again. So I need that little time to get going. At this point as well, again, remember I explained to you earlier about being aerodynamic?
Yep.
I literally sing to myself here. In the UK, we at least be like a little nursery rhyme. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
No, I have, right.
Well, that's what I'm singing to myself.
Okay.
To remind me to get my elbows in, to get my head in, to get my shoulders in, because you're going so fast, you're doing 190 miles an hour at this point, you could be like a little bit complacent. Right. I know it sounds crazy, but you can be like, I need to be thinking all the time, so I need to be aerodynamic. Okay, so we're coming now to, this is called Balagary, or affectionately known as Balascary. Okay. This is probably the fastest, most dangerous corner on the whole circuit. The problem is, you see, we're in this little dip just here. Right. As we go into this dip, it's completely blind on the entry. So we'll come from 6th gear back down to 5th gear. So I'm running into here about 190, 195. I shut the throttle, so I'm coming down for 180, 175, 170, about 160 miles an hour. And I go, fuck, I need to turn the bike in. So now I turn it in. See the white line on the inside? I do. As soon as I see that white line, I turn the bike in and I open the throttle. And that's what I'm looking for, just that line there. But you can imagine sticking your head out, going down the freeway, sticking your head out at 190 miles an hour at the sunroof, it literally pulls my head off. So I have to stiffen my neck up and my shoulders, and I'm bracing myself to look for it, and then I get back in, and I'm back into the bubble. So. And people that crash here, what do they do wrong? They either go into too early or too late. Either too early or too late. Unfortunately, my teammate got killed here, Mike Casey. He got killed here in 1987. He went in too early and clipped the curb on the inside. He just turned in tiny. He jumped off one bike onto the other, and the handling characteristics were slightly different. And he just turned in a little bit and just clipped the curb. And when you clip the curb, what, the bike and the rider hit one of these walls? Is that what happens? Yeah, pretty much so. I mean, there's no runoff. That's the trouble with it. Right. But again, people would say to me, I don't want to crash no matter where I go. Whether it's Laguna Seca, fucking Circuit America, Monza, Imola, Donington Park, Silverstone, I don't want to crash, because I know crash, one thing, it hurts me, and 2, it's going to cost me money. Right. So I don't want to crash. So I don't look at this, think, oh, this wall, and think, oh well, I might hit that. my mind is switched off.
Right.
The circuit, the road is where I want to be. You with me? And that's the same in any circuit. You wouldn't look at the gravel trap again at a short track and go, oh, there's a gravel trap there.
Right.
You don't. That's completely phased from your mind. You know what I mean? You don't. People die of cancer and heart attacks every day of the week, don't they?
Right.
But you don't think, oh, I could get cancer.
Right.
You know, that's a negative thing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You don't think of that.